Okay, so in this episode of Gav Details, we're going to be working on a little bit of a different type of vehicle. I'm not sure if you can tell by the door, but we'll take a walk around and see what is in the Gav Details shop for this weekend. I'll probably break the video up into a couple of videos. We'll see how it goes. A light paint enhancement and a seal, and then obviously we really need to clean the wheels, but I'll walk you around the back and kind of show you the rear valance. So I'll let that sink in for a minute. As you can see, it is a Nissan. It is white with black wheels, and if you can see on the inside, right-hand drive. So that's correct. Gav is working on a 91 Skyline R32. I'll do my fact checking during the editing, but as you can see, the wheels are pretty bad. And I already did some preliminary tests on the paint, and the paint is pretty thin, so we're not going to be hammering down on it with cutting pads and compound and going for all-out perfection. We're going to maintain and try to keep as much clear coat as possible, but as you can see, we have a little dirt here, and the tires are kind of greased up, so we'll clean that. Okay, so the Skyline has been decontaminated. It was given the Iron X treatment, foamed with Griot's Garage foaming surface wash, rinsed, reapplied the foam, used a detail brush to get in some of the cracks and crevices. So one of the owner's concerns was the hood, and as you can see, there are 3 light spots coming out through the GoPro. Unfortunately, we're dealing with some rather thin paint, which, there you go, 3.3, 4.0, 3.7. So at this point, you have to be real careful with what you're doing. You want to preserve as much clear coat as possible. Like the fender here, 5.4, and then if you come to the roof, 3.0, 3.6, quarter panel, 4.0, 3.5 on the trunk. So you kind of get where we're at. So we're going to be real careful, but as you can see, I do have 3 test spots that I did by hand. The first one right here was done with Griot's Garage Fast Cutting Cream, and it seems to have cleaned up the paint the most compared to this one here. Was Menzerna Super Intensive Polish, which I believe they call 2400 right now, and then this was Menzerna 3500, which is more of a finishing polish. So the hood, I don't know if it's coming out on camera, but you can definitely tell the hood has some discoloring. Not sure from what, maybe a previous wrap. I was told that the fenders and the hood are aluminum. So the car's white. White tends to stain if it's not kept up with and cleaned. So it could have been like this from the previous owner. So let's check the driver fender. And yes, it is the driver fender because this is the driver side. So then you come here on the C-pillar, .3 on the back here, 6.2 right above the gas filler door, which is weird. And then again on the trunk, 3.9. So I'm going to go at the hood with a couple different pads. I'm going to try the UroFiber 50/50 pad and the fast cutting cream. I'm going to do one section and double check the measurement on the gauge. I'm going to try and just do like a mow down where I'm just trying to clean whatever's on the top of the paint off, and then that kind of reveals what the paint condition is really like. Okay, so after 2 quick passes with the LHR15 from Rupes and a UroFiber 50/50 pad and the Griot's Garage fast correcting cream, as you can see, there's this area here on this side of the hood which is white, and the rest of it which is off-white. So real fast arm speed and blowing out the pad after every pass, at least for the hood. Obviously we want the hood to match the other panels. The other panels don't have this I don't know what you want to call it, staining, or you know, whatever's on top of the finish. So, and also checking with the paint depth gauge, there doesn't seem to be any change in the coating thickness. Still 3.7 and 3.8 in the areas that I've already done. So we're going to get the hood finished. This is the last little area in the middle that we need to polish, and as you can see, we just did this section here. 3.9, 3.9, 3.6, 3.5, 4.1, real close to the cowl. So as you can see, we're really not taking off much of anything, 0.1 mil, and like I said, this is just a mow down technique to get rid of the dirt, and we're going to be following up with, you know, a medium cut to light cut polish and a foam polishing pad. So we're just looking to do like a paint enhancement, not looking for, you know, full-blown correction and, you know, 90 to 100% of defect removal. That's not it's not right for the car. The owner and I talked. Obviously that's not what we're going for here, but obviously now the hood for the most part matches the fender in terms of color versus that dirty square that you can see there. So the majority of the hood has been finish polished with a orange Lake Country polishing pad and Menzerna 3500. The only area that's not done is this corner here. You can see the difference in the reflection of the light compared to that light. You can see that one is still kind of hazy, and this one you can see rather clearly. so you can see it's almost like a bluish tint haze right in here. So after that, the hood's gonna be done. Okay, so I think I'm going with super intensive polish and a yellow Rupes polishing pad. Let's see if we can get on the GoPro here how the quarter panel looks. And I did the door. Just 3 section passes, up and down, left and right, up and down. And if you follow the bulb, hopefully it's coming through. And the door here still has imperfections. I would say the panel's probably 80%, maybe 85% in certain places, but again, with paint that you have to be very careful on, that's what we're doing. Okay, so after about 7 hours today working on the skyline, we're done. So we'll go around and just kind of recheck. 3.7. 3.3. 3.3. 3.1. 3.1. 5.2. So I did check the paint as I was going. So like I said, we wound up going with super intensive polish from Menzerna, which I believe is currently called 2400, and a Rupes yellow polishing pad. The only area where we did anything different was on the hood, where we used the UroFiber 50/50 pad and Griot's fast correcting cream to knock down the majority of the I guess you would refer to it as staining. The entire vehicle had it to some degree, but not as bad as the hood. So you get the wheels here. The wheels were cleaned with Auto Fanatics wheel cleaner, different kinds of brushes, and then we used wheel wax to just kind of spiff them up a little bit. The tire dressing is Meguiar's hyper dressing at a 3:1 dilution. We cleaned the windows, and we used a little bit of bead maker on the outside of the windows. So here's a better shot of the wheel with a little bit better lighting. So the car came out great. The owner is going to be picking it up shortly. So if you like the video, give it a thumbs up. I will link the products in the description below. If you use any of the Amazon links, it does help the channel earn a small commission. And for more detailing videos, please hit the subscribe button. Thanks.